zero, transforming into infinity and beyond. It spreads and becomes the shadow of the galaxy. As dark fog rises, the stars dim. You will embark on a new journey.
Arrive at target cluster.
Welcome to the real universe. Very soon, you'll find this place different from our homeland. But you should be able to adapt to the laws of physics here in no time. I'm your advisor. I will assist you in completing this mission. Everything here belongs to you. As a member of the Cosmo, a pioneer of the Dyson Sphere program, you will explore this cluster from ground zero. Make use of the resources available here to build a Dyson Sphere that supplies energy to the center brain to maintain homeland simulation. I've chosen a planet for the mission, and there are essential resources for the initial development. Now, please pilot the space capsule toward this planet. Now you're about to arrive at the target planet.
Space capsule will land on target planet in 3, 2, 1. Landing.
This is a very powerful, lightweight industrial backup. Use the direction keys or click the right mouse button on the ground to move the backup. In this mission, you'll control your backup to navigate the universe and create miracles.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the video. We're going to be playing some Dyson Sphere program. We do have Dark Fog turned off for this initial playthrough because this is kind of our introduction to the game, and we want to make sure that
Like resources like wood or gravel, click the right mouse button as well. In addition, you can hold shift and click the right mouse button each of your targets to give a series of hits.
He gets a little annoying whenever you first play, but you can turn him off. But we turned the Dark Fog off for this playthrough, simply because
Some items are found after disassembling this capsule. Click on the inventory button at the bottom right corner of the screen to open and check.
if you're gonna keep interrupting me, we're gonna fight. Boss man. We're gonna fight. Quit interrupting me. We turned the Dark Fog off for this playthrough because we want this playthrough to be a lot more learn the game, learn all the mechanics, and start building our blueprints and get ready.
Construction menu is locked. Complete a technology research to unlock it. Click on the technology tree button at the bottom right corner of the screen to open the technology tree and start a research.
Sir, I'm still talking. If you're gonna interrupt me, we're gonna fight.
You can hold the middle mouse to rotate the camera, or scroll the mouse wheel to zoom in and out.
Hush. I'm monologuing. Hush your mouth. So, so yes, this playthrough is get everything ready for the next playthrough whenever we go and actually, well, try to fight off the Dark Fog. So, as he said, this game is a lot about building a base. You have your planet. This is our lovely planet. We cannot see everything yet.
You can hold the middle mouse button to rotate the camera. Hold the right mouse button to roll the camera. Press N to align the camera to the North Pole. In the planet menu, scrolling the mouse wheel also enters the start.
This is our gas giant, which we will discuss when we get there, but you can get nice resources from there. Here's our sun. This is where we're going to be trying to build our Dyson sphere. We have our lava planet. Doesn't have a lot of resources, but lava planets are great for generating an absolute ton of power. And then we also have our secondary planet. These planets are typically really great for moving to get kind of your later early game resources. And then once we have this system completely maxed out, we have other stars in the system that we can go to, and their systems give us a lot more. They give us a lot more resources, and they give us the opportunity for rare resources. So, eventually, in this playthrough, we will collect all the star systems, get everything gathered up, and we will get some awesome resources that are called metadata. This metadata, and we'll pause the game while we're in here. This metadata, which I guess it doesn't really matter because Dark Fog was off, but metadata, what metadata does is it lets you get some of these upgrades earlier on. So if we, start a new playthrough, or we want to do a speed run, Um, you can see here that we can do metadata, and we can use our metadata to essentially uh, put down blueprints early. But we don't have that yet, so we won't necessarily worry about it too much. But being able to do blueprints is one of the things while we're here doing without a dark fog, doing a non-dark fog run is because we kind of want to get set up our blueprints and to get up and running and get our blueprints. It is very much a we want to see what's going on. We want to see how everything works. We want to learn how to play the game, and we want to really dive in. So when we start, we don't have a lot of upgrades available to us because they all require science, which we do not have science yet. Uh, and we have some technologies. The first, the main quest line here goes through us building our Dyson sphere, and we get that nice mission complete. And we have a bunch of technologies to get us there. So the first technology we are doing is we are going to do net core because net core is really nice. We run out of power pretty quickly, so getting power hooked up and getting a nice net core early in the game is really helpful. And my experience in the past, smelting, we queue up our science, basic assembly. Can't do that one. We can't do that one. And this is where you kind of see a lot of stuff require blue science. We want logistics. Can't do our upgrade logistics yet, or smelting, or combustibles. But this is where you can kind of see it goes pretty far. It's a lot like Factorio, which is another game series that we have on this channel. So definitely stick around. If you like the videos, hit a like. If you think I could be doing better, leave a comment. If you think that I should go back to my day job, tell my old boss to stop being a big old meanie pants. So, back to Dyson Sphere. One of the first things once we get blue science that we want very quickly, because it is very much a struggle to produce, is the, if I can find it very quickly, the motors. Uh, Motors is something very quickly we want. Um, Engines, we do want early. Uh, Wireless chargers is another thing we want super early. And we can only go up to 7 technologies, so that's where it be. So now, I'm going to go back to Icarus. Hi, Icarus. I know, you're so lonely. And we move by clicking, left clicking, or right clicking. We move by right clicking. So we can move around, right click, you can also WASD, we can rotate our camera, which we will do. He can fly once we unlock that technology. But the first thing we need to do is we need to harvest some resources. And you harvest resources just by right clicking on them. 9, and 10. And to stop collecting, you just click off of them. Click F, that's your replicator. We do have a bit of hydrogen fuel. We're going to try to not use that if possible, because we want to hold off on our hydrogen fuel usage. But it wants us to make 10 of these, so we can come over here, click up to 10. 10 is the max you can craft in the early game. But it wants 10 copper, which we got to go grab copper ore. And it wants magnets. Magnets are just iron ore, which we do have. We also have some magnets in our inventory already. So we're going to go grab some copper, which we have a little vein over here. So we're going to go over there and say, hey, give me that copper. So we'll grab some copper. He's slow. Forgive him. And then we should have coal patch right here. We're going to come over here. We're going to grab some coal while we come over here and craft the 10 things it wants us to craft. Which we will need a lot of these magnetic coils, so I'm not really worried about being wasteful at this exact moment. And we're going to use this coal to fuel Icarus, which we can do, hit C, and we say, hey, you need energy to survive, so burn some coal. Got to smelt up the copper plates. It's a little grindy to start, but that's most games. Thankfully, you do see a crafting queue here, so you can see, hey, this is how long it's going to take to do stuff. Click and drag.
Replication complete.
And it'll let you know when the replication is complete. So we're going to come over here, grab a bit more iron, and you can see he's slowly recharging. And this does get easier. We do get our miners right here in the very next research. We'll come over here, we'll grab this coal real quick. Not a lot of coal right here, but that's okay. We have more coal on this planet. See a big vein over there. And then we'll just come over to the replicator. We'll say, hey, I want you to make 10 and 10. We'll go ahead and say 11 because we know we need it. very, very slow. We'll cut some trees down.
Fabrication complete.
And the technology will slowly but surely chug away. And we do not have any milestones. Uh-oh. Oh, add stats. We can customize the dashboard. You can see we don't have any products, we don't have any research, power, Dyson Sphere's not up, combat. We're not going to have combat because the dark fog is turned off, performance-wise.
Upgrade complete.
Everything's doing good. Everything's doing good. My computer is not bogging down. So, we should be good. And as you can see, I've already done a lot of these achievements. I've played this game before. It's a fun game. But now, we have a bit more energy available to us. And we now have wind turbines, Tesla towers, and we have miners, which is great. We definitely need miners. We do have a miner.
Hold R to rotate the mining machine. The more veins it covers, the higher the output. To ignore its snapping, hold shift. You've obtained a mining machine. It automatically likes ores for you. You can select it in the inventory or in the instruction menu. Collect it to start building.
So, when you're placing your mining machines, you want to try to get as many of the ore veins as possible, because we're going to turn that off. Now he should go away.
You have an unpowered production facility. To make it run normally, place it within the power coverage. Make sure power is supplied.
Yes, he's gonna talk to us a bit. We don't like it, but it's okay. He'll shut up eventually. However, whenever you are placing down your mining machines, you want to try to get as many resources, many veins as you can, because the more veins you cover, the more your miner will produce. It'll produce ores faster, not the more it'll produce, but it'll produce faster. So we're going to say, hey, you need a wind turbine. As long as the machine is in the blue circle, it will power the
Click on the replicator on the right corner of the screen to open the replicator. Manually replicate the required items. Winter. You can now build your first power. Some power facilities don't have power supply, so you'll need to extend the power of your approach with Tesla towers.
Get a little loud. You're loud. But we have our first milestone, which is the wind tower. Very nice. We will get more milestones: thermal power, fusion power, blueprints. We get a lot of really nice milestones. But now, copper ore is being made, so we can come in here and grab the copper ore, which we are going to need. we know we need another one of these. Need some more iron ore, which is fine. We come down here to our small patch, because we want to knock out these small patches first, so that way we don't waste anything.
Insufficient materials.
So now it will slowly but surely craft everything we need in 12 seconds to get another one of those beautiful mining machines. And then while we're here, what does it say? We need more iron ore. So we'll get a bit more iron.
Replication complete.
And then we'll also make us another wind turbine. So we'll come over here. And that's where you can see if you hit 5 ores, you get 150 a minute. But 3, 4 is 420. So you want to try, you know, hit shift and rotate it.
Replication complete.
6 ores. That's what we want. And our little robot will build it. Awesome. We'll take our little wind turbine and we'll say, hey, build a wind turbine. Grab this tree. Get that tree out of our way. So now, coal's automated. And copper and iron. We no longer have to go boop them things. So we'll grab all the iron. We gotta get closer. We'll grab the 50 copper. Now, we can come over here. It says it wants screen circuits. We'll come over here. Give me more green circuits. And then we want as many power poles as you can give us, because right now we have 2 power grids. We don't love that. So we're going to take, and you can see the little dotted lines showing it's connected, so we'll put one there. We are out of power poles, but we have some more being crafted. Our soil's going up.
You built your first power transmission facility, a Tesla tower. It can help you transmit power wirelessly over a short range and extend the power grid coverage. Click on it to view more details.
We'll burn this plant fuel so that way we can get a little bit more power and keep our inventory somewhat clean. Our replicators, since it's got another 20 seconds, but there is our research for our smelting machines. Good, good. Our belts over here, they're coming. Good, good. Tesla towers. So while we're in here, we'll go ahead and look and see it needs, we need more of everything. And we are low on iron, so we'll just come over here, grab more iron ore. Now we can say, hey, make more of those and more of those. And we will say right about there. Now our grid is connected. We can now produce awesome things. So now we can turn stone into glass, and we can also smelt everything down, which is great. So now we can do that automatically. So we'll come over here, we'll say, for now, we'll go 1, 2, because we only have 2 things. And we're going to say, hey, I want you to make...
You build an arc smelter, which automatically produces basic materials, such as iron ingots and copper ingots. However, automatically feed in raw materials and feed out products. Sorters and conveyor belts are required.
Which we
Once
have.
a recipe is designed, you use less than heat to copy the current recipe, and greater than heat to paste the recipe to the next building.
Yes. We will be doing a lot of that later. Oop, no, don't go away. So we'll set 1 to copper. We'll set 1 to iron. So now we can come in here and say, here is a bunch of copper. We'll come over here and say, here's a bunch of iron. So now, that's less Icarus has to do. We can conserve our power. For now. You can hold shift and destroy multiple things at the same time, which is great. We're going to clean up this area over here just a wee bit, because this is going to be our starting base. And we want to try to get all of this good free resources. Organic crystals pretty early, so that's pretty nice. Organic crystals can be a little bit of a pain later on, so getting them early like that is really helpful. And one thing about harvesting rocks, you can get titanium ore and you can get silicon ore, which we're going to need for later research. There's our matrix slabs. Awesome, awesome. We'll come over here to the technology tree, because we're going to go ahead and say, hey, we know we're going to need steel. We know we're going to want to do silicon processing. We know we want to do engine propulsion. We don't really need weapons, but we are going to do our weapons because they're needed to get further into the science tree. However, we're going to come not there, and we're going to unlock the ore distribution to where we can see all the ores on the planets. These science labs, pretty nifty. They are very helpful. You need copper, we'll take copper out. We'll take iron out. And then we'll come back over here to the replicator. You need gears. We'll make a bunch of gears. Good. Looks like Icarus is low on power again, but that's fine. Or, not out of power. We do not want to auto refuel right now, simply because we don't want our good stuff going in there. We want to control everything. But we also have, right around here, we have Tesla tires. But, as you can see, we're almost out of stuff to make blue signs. So we do need to get our blue signs up. So, we'll come over. Well, actually, while we're here, we'll grab some more
matrix lab. Facility to produce matrices. It can also be used to research technology that are unlocked with matrices. Matrices are the source of communicating the center brain simulation of Homeland. You can upload many matrices to brain web simulation and unlock more technology in the real world.
Your matrix labs are what you use to research everything when it comes to your matrices. But they're also used to craft your matrices. We have unlocked our assembly machines, which is great, because now we can come down and do stuff. Now we can see, we come look at our power map. We're demanding more power than we're producing.
The facility has no recipe designated. Please configure one for it. Once the recipe is configured, press less than key to copy the current recipe. Pressing greater than key will paste the same recipe to the next building.
He likes to fuss. So, this building, we are going to need a lot of just everything. So, gears, magnets, gears, your assemblies is one of your highest things. A lot of building needs gears. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come over here and say, hey, I want you to make gears. Because almost everything needs gears. So for now, we're just going to give you some gears. Some iron, make some gears. And, tell it to hush its mouth for a minute. Low power, everything slows down. Restock you, and restock you. Give me that, and give me that. We do have some more wind turbines. Here, and we'll say give me the power. So now our little construction bots will go out and they will build. And if we look at the power now, we have just a little bit more power than we're using, which is good. That means everything will get up and running. Cannot see the veins yet, but hey, you have 10 That'll give us our start. And it's at this point the game really starts to take off. The first starting point of your game is always really slow, but the game gets ready to take off really quick. So we'll come over here, and you have two modes in the research lab. You either can produce your sciences, or you can research your sciences. We need it to produce science. And then it'll tell us that we need to feed it magnetic coils, and we need to feed it the circuit boards, or green circuits. I'll call it green circuits and magnets, and magnetic coils. So we will feed the green circuits and the magnetic coils, and we will get our first blue science. There we go. Now the game takes off.
You have a gain sorter and conveyor belt. Full automation is now possible. Use the conveyor belt to transport ores collected by mining machine. The sorter will transport ores onto the conveyor belt into the arc smelter, but will smelt them automatically.
When building a conveyor belt, confirm its start point and end point. Use up arrow to raise the conveyor belt one level. Use down arrow to lower the conveyor belt one level if it has been raised. Press keypad 0 to reset the conveyor belt around one level. To avoid the conveyor belt snapping into a building, try holding shift.
He talks a lot. So yes, conveyor belts. These things are nice, and they will be the cornerstone of everything we've got. We will need, just like any factory game, a lot of conveyor belts, a lot of sorters, but they don't require any power, which is nice. So we'll come over here, make it a little bit easier for our construction robots. Come to our fabricator. Make some more belts. We're going to I gotta remember the dismantle, it's this one. And we're gonna say, hey, get rid of that for now. We will come over here. We want to say build the furnace, and then we want to input.
The sorter is a connector that moves items between facilities. Simply bridge from a supplier facility to a receiver facility. Then the sorter will automatically transport the items.
Now, the sorter does need power, but now we can take off the belt if I hit the right button. We can take copper off the belt. It's getting smelted.
Insufficient materials.
What do you need? And just so that way stuff can be running in the background between episodes. So that way next episode we can get lot more done is we're gonna craft some chests. Good. We do have belts. Good. And we want to lock for now. That way we can find them. We're going to lock those two items right there, so that way we can always find them and we can quickly see how many we have in our inventory, which you can do by clicking the middle mouse button. So you need magnetic coils. We have one, so we'll just give that to you. You need green circuit boards, so we're going to just come over here and we're going to say green circuit boards. You need more iron, not a problem. We have 50 of them lying right there. So give me 10 of those, and if we come over, scroll out just a wee bit, and we waddle just a wee bit, this will be the last time we should have to come to this machine and say, hey, give me some iron. And we want magnets. Give me 10 of those. We can come over here and we'll do the same thing. We'll take our belts, click in the middle of the machine, and we'll say right here. That looks good. We will shift him up by 1, and we'll actually put a second smelter down, because one of these needs to make iron, but the other one, once it gets built, needs to make magnets. Good. Come over here and say, click on the belt. We want you to feed to the machine. We're going to click on the belt. We want you to feed to the machine. We're going to not be wasteful with our belts right now. So now, that's being made. We have some boxes. Good. We'll do a little spinny-roo and we'll say, hey, we want a box there, a box there, and a box there, because
You've built a depot for storing items. You can manually store items or use a sorter to automatically access items.
and that's too close. Okay. I thought so. It needs a little bit of space in between, which is fine. We'll come over here and we'll say once they build, we'll say dump into here, we'll say dump into here, and we're missing one more. Which thankfully we had everything, and we'll say give me one more. So now when we come back in the next episode, we will have,
If there isn't enough ground space, make more efficient use of your space by stacking matrix slabs. Depots, storage tanks, and containers.
yes, you can stack stuff, but this will give us some goodies. So now we're going to see, can we take that power pole out? We can. And we can also move this guy. Power is going across, which is good. And we will give you a sorter, you a constructor. You are going to be our gears. And we're going to put our fourth box down. Right about here. Here looks good. And then we need 2 more inserters. And what these inserters will do is we'll say, I want you to feed the gears and I want you to feed the box. And we're going to say, for now, I don't want this entire thing filling up with gears and not having iron. So we'll say, give us that many gears. So now it'll give us 2 stacks of gears. And when we come back, we'll have our magnets. We'll have a good bit of magnets, which is good. We will have a large deposit of iron, which is good because we definitely need iron. We will have a good little stack of gears because definitely needs gears. And we will have some copper. And then last little bit of the episode, we will say, here's some coils, here's some circuit boards, please give us some of that. Our power looks to be strained. We got our new achievement, electromagnet. Power, yep, we're consuming. We need a lot. We don't have it. Solar power is all we have available to us right now. So we're gonna say, oh, we can craft 7. Cool. Give me those 7. Give me those 7 wind turbines. It's gonna take 72 seconds. And then while we are in the build menu, we need a wee bit more iron, which is not a problem. We have the iron. We can come over here and we can say, hey, give me another matrix. Give me another science lab. So in 80 seconds, we'll have our second science lab. Now, if you stack the matrix labs on top of each other, it will spread the production or the research across all the labs, which is great for saving space. However, if you stack them on top of each other, it's going to do the same as the bottom. So if you want one lab to do research and another to make the research, you need 2 different lab stacks. So in just a moment, we're going to do that. Also, thinking for next episode, you need coils, which means you need rings. So we'll come over here, we'll grab some rings. And we'll make another miner, so that way we can do this. We need more iron. Iron is going to be the bane of our existence, but that's okay. We'll just grab what's in here. That's fine. For now, that's fine. We will grab... We're not going to do 6, we'll do 1 more box. There's our wind turbines. And because we know we're going to grab that coal, we're just going to take our wind turbines. We're going to come out here. We're going to take Icarus. Come here, Icarus. And we're going to, come on. We're going to bring wind power. We'll keep it on the shore for now. And we'll also go towards that. Oh, I think I misplaced that. Oh, yay, it's too far. We need to dismantle power. Take our wind turbines. Yeah. Wind turbine. Wind turbine. Wind turbine. This should, hopefully, give us a little bit of power. We have some space over here, so we're going to say wind turbine. And we're going to say wind turbine. And now we're out. Good, good. So, now if we look at our power, now we have a bunch more power. So we can do a little bit of expanding. Our mining machine is not yet ready. How much longer do we have? Well, we have a second. But our our matrix science is ready, so we can come over here and say, hey, matrix, we'll throw you down here for now, just that way you have power. Again, this is our temporary starter base. It's fine. Is that oil already right there? That is oil already right there. Very nice. That's really good. And it's a decent output. That's really good. So, we'll come over here to the matrix science. We want you to take blue science and turn it into the research. We have a whopping 10. Turn consumables off. We did not want it to use we didn't want it to be in our inventory, we wanted it in here. So now, we have blue science being made. We have blue research being done. And if we really want to make this more efficient, what we can do is we can pick this up and we'll put this a wee bit closer, right there. It should have power, just like we should have those in our inventory, but we currently don't, because we never have what we need. But we can, oh, nope, not that way. We want to come out of here and go into here. Oh, nope, 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 go away. We're going to put those sciences in there. Yeah, research. So now, science can be made, and it can go directly into the science lab. And, yay, we now have blue science. So, that will be what we got accomplished today. We got a lot accomplished though. We got some ores being made. We got them being smelted. We have all the good things. And we have a nice little pile. So when we come back for the next episode, we will have everything, at least magnets, iron, copper, and gears. So, if you enjoyed, maybe consider coming back for next time. Don't you look away while I'm talking to you. But, as always, have a good one, and I'll see y'all in the next one.